is Doug Taggart. I'm currently the treasurer of the board. There are a few facts and figures up here that I think are important just to baseline everybody as it exists about the budget. The MPOA fiscal year starts on the 1st of May and goes until April 30th of the following year. That's our standard fiscal year. And in terms of identifying fiscal year budget, we are talking about the FY10 budget as it is currently defined, and it starts on the 1st of May of 2009 and goes until next April 2010. The homeowner base, the number of people that are actually capable of providing income as part of the assessment is 3,856 homeowners. And just a rule of thumb that you can kind of just put just simple round number math works to your advantage. For every $5 in assessment, that offsets about $20,000 of expense. Just simple round 3,856 up to 4,000 multiplied by 5. So it's just kind of a rule of thumb there that we use as we're building the budget. The way that we are going to be distributing the assessment for the upcoming fiscal year, FY10, is going to be on a 10-month cycle. For those of you that have lived in the community, at least for this last year, we were on an 11-month cycle, and we the board, put a motion forward that was voted on last year that we would do it in an incremental step, going from a 12-month assessment cycle down to an 11-month to a 10-month. And the purpose behind that is to establish on the date of record, part of our bylaws when people could be eligible to vote, to not have those extra 2 months hanging behind us where somebody could fall behind and not really be in good standing. So at the end of FY10, we will have got ourselves back where, in terms of managing the assessment, be in a position to ensure that all homeowners who are in good standing are capable of voting. Although I don't want to steal any Jim's thunder, not reflected on this chart here, it's my understanding that as of this year, the way our bylaws are structured, it takes 25% of the existing members in good standing who are eligible to vote, and I believe the number this year is 845. So we'll need 845 valid votes for purposes of the budget for that to pass. Just in terms of building the budget, the material that you've already received in your packet, it is done by a committee, the budget committee, and that process begins in August. It began in August of this past summer, 2008. And there were a number of meetings that were held here, open to the public. They were posted on Armstrong Connect. Some months were more than one meeting, but it did occur between August and December when that budget was put before the board, and the board voted on it to be included in the annual packet as it is before you in the material that you've had. For purposes of building that budget, it is a zero. You should view it as a zero-based budget, income versus expenses. There is one factor in there that can kind of become a balancing, so to speak, and that is the accounting for reserves, and the reserves are accounting for the real property that we have here in the association, this building and others, infrastructure, part of the equipment, etc. And additionally, that covers for the lake dredging. And we are guided, we the board are guided on the amount of money put into reserves by professional studies and guides that are done through the assistance of the management company here. Apologize for the size of the print, but essentially this is just a roll-up of all of the information that was included in the budget summary for the high target items in there. For example, the administrative expenses represents of 110,000, and you go right around the pie-shaped diagram there, and you end up with the total expenses to operate the association of $2,301,200. If there's any questions on this, we can, I'll address those after I finish up here. But the income slide, again, is offsets the expenses. And as you can see, the vast amount of the income is through residential assessments that is distributed amongst those 3,856 homes. The other elements of the income are indicated by the smaller parts of that sliced pie chart there. Cutting to the final figure there, the total assessment that would be passed on to homeowners is taking that large slice there, the $2,005,120 figure, and dividing that by the 3,856 homes, results in an annual assessment of $520. If we break that down into 10 monthly payments, it would be a total of $50 per month, and that $2 assessment fee is part of the fee that goes into those homeowners that choose to do the monthly assessment rather than paying in one lump sum. And actually, if you start dissecting the budget, go back to your income line and figure out the amount of service fees in the budget, which is $40,000, playing the math game, about half of the residents make a decision to participate in the monthly fee, so that is part of our income line there too. With that, it really is a brief overview of the budget and how it was built. And unless there's any questions from the audience, I think that there's a lot more discussion that will take place from the candidates